Good evening, my vacuum cleaner chums. Long time no speak. How are you? I'm not too bad. I'm sure, as you can guess from my videos, I've been having some car trouble, which is hopefully fixed now. So I thought before I go to bed that I'd been polishing up a Dyson ready to put together. But it needs its clutch rebelting. As you can see, the belts are quite worn. When I picked it up, the old dear who it belongs to said to me that she doesn't think it grooves very well, so I got to plug it in and I can stop the brush roll with my fingers very, very easily. So I thought, Dyson Autovac had a go, so I thought I'd have a crack, and I haven't done a video for ages. I've not done a lot of vacuum cleaner stuff for ages, so this is quite nice. We would put some new belts on. So, here's a little how-to guide you will need. A clutch, some belts, that which is a socket and a holder, which should become clearer later, hopefully. A small Torx driver. This is, I don't know what size it is, they're not marked, but it's one size down from the normal one. Let's see why in a second. And these are my circuit pliers. White thin-ended circuit pliers. So, take your clutch. This must be quite old because they're no date wheels. Sometimes these have a date wheel on them, which helps. Take your screwdriver and you undo the two screws. This cloth is purely here to stop stuff rolling away. The stuff will roll away. Now, again, there are a few different types of clutch. This is the earlier one, which has a twisty bit there. Some of them on the later ones have, I'll look at a full screen viewfinder, there we go, have a push tab, so you push and pop it off. But this, simply turn and release. Now, this bit doesn't always fall out, it sits there. It is the brake friction material. It sits in there, but can sometimes fall out. You can see, if I can make the camera show, where it's had a lot of use because it's quite worn. So I'll pop that there. The belt has fallen off, that falls off, and this is the bearing for one side of the clutch. Not a lot we can do with that for now, so that can sit there. Next, if you turn the upside down, this little, well, this is the brake. So this is the brake disc and that's the brake shoe. And it sits there. Sometimes there's a plastic bush, if it's a very early one. This hasn't got that there. So, but of course we need to change this belt as well. So what we do is we need to get to that circuit in there. And to do that, you get your bearing, your circuit pliers. I'm probably not going to be able to make you see it. Let me see if I can focus. There we go, if I do that. But if you can see the two tails of the circuit, but you need to get your pliers in there. Like so, and I'm going to have to do it down here. Just gently ease them off, and it will release everything. But with this, you want to tap it down onto your hand, and you'll get a bearing and the circlip. Now with the circlip, I like to just squeeze them through, squeeze the ends together a little bit, just to help you put it back on. So pop that there. This is the bearing. Give that a quick wipe. It sits in there, and there's a plastic bush there that, well, this is difficult, that may or may not fall out. It doesn't always, it does sometimes. So now this is out. Well, again, actually, some clutches have a metal strengthening bar. I think it stops the belt from rotating, but this hasn't got that. So you take your circuit pliers or flat blade screwdriver and you want to push this wheel down and then pull it out. It will come. It's only held in by the friction of the belt. Come on. Let's try that again. Why are you not coming? I don't have access to a flat blade screwdriver. It should just come there. There we go. So now the shell of the clutch is empty and we have a very mean white wheel. We'll take this other cloth and we'll give it a clean up. A company called Manchester Backs have started selling, and this is fantastic news, a new white wheel. If I show you here, this metal insert will pop out. Not ready to do it now. There we go. They sell this white wheel, wears down. You can see where it's starting. It's got many years left in it, but they can wear right through. A Manchester Vax, I think it's about £6, sell a wheel and a circlip, and I think a pack of belts. So they will have the scrap clutches. You need to rescue that part and fit it back into your new white wheel, like so. But they will have the scrap, because you used to have to scrap a whole clutch just to get a wheel out, and it was a pain in the bum. The clutches are quite expensive now. So moving on, I shall empty this out and show you what we have here. We have, these are the 3 ball bearings that help make the ratcheting sound. So when you jam your clutch and you get that ratcheting sound, they're what make it, because they spin around. There's the little cage that holds them together. There's the top part that is the opposite to that. A spring. It helps push it up and down, and this axle piece. And there we go. One stripped out Dyson Clutch. Give everything a rub down. Get it inside there, clean it all out. Make it all look nice. And then we can start to reassemble. So, take your new belts. Open. Now let's compare. Yes, they're a bit stretched, aren't they? And video the brush roll one. Well worth changing. So we want the brush roll belt first. Pop it over your white wheel, like so. And that bit at the top. Feed the belt through the clutch housing. And then it will go, that will flatten out and pop in. Give it a quick twist to make sure it's okay. There we go. Next you want to pop the bearings, balls of the bearing even, into their 3 little indentations, but don't twist them. Don't knock them out. I won't be doing that again, if you know what I mean. Hang on. It's like one of those stupid games you get. There we go. Take this part and drop it over the top. If I move the camera. There we go, look. Like that. Up there. Without falling off. Then this part sits on top. Like so. This part sits on top of there. Now I always get my grease and a little cotton bud and just give ever such a light smear just over all of that, just to make it nice and lubricated, and then drop that through there. Now this is where I need to explain how this part works. I don't know if you can see. This needs to mesh with the cogs on the other side. And you can see by looking through, I'll try and do it and then see if I can move the camera. Because it can be quite tricky. 1 millimetre of movement and it all comes out of alignment and you end up with a jammed clutch. So the end result is you can push that bit right down and you'll just about see the angle of my camera's not going to do it all. Hang on. You just about see that? You'll know if it doesn't, because if I just knock this out of alignment, it won't go down as far because it will catch on the bit it's not supposed to catch on. So as long as that goes all the way down, you'll see that bit pop up back there. You want this to push that on and hold it down so it pushes it up. Then you want to put your plastic bush, if it's come out, then your bearing, pop it down, then the circlip, you've got to keep holding it down, and if you move you've got to realign the cog bit. Then simply push down until the circlip clips on. There we go, give the end of it a little tug in, twist everything up, and there you go. That bit should still have some movement in it, because obviously when the clutch is on, that bit pops out, connects those two bits together and provides drive. When you turn the clutch off, it pulls it back in and takes the drive away. So we're done with that, we're done with that, we're done with that. Actually no, we're not done with that. Aha. Next we need to put the belt on here. So I put the belt on the cog. The brake pad, you'll see one side is slightly shiny and one side isn't. It won't make a blindest bit of difference, but I put the non-shiny side in first. And then with the brake pad material, you'll see this side is very smooth, this side isn't. So all you need to do is fit it the other way round, like so. That'll be a right pain because you're going to turn the clutch over and oh, it'll fall out. So what you do is you get your grease and literally where it's going to sit, just a little drop on all the segments, like so, not a lot, just enough to stick this to it, because you need to turn this bit upside down. There we go. And just for good measure, wang your cotton bud through the hole, because there's the little needle bearing rollers in there, which probably haven't been touched since the early 2000s on this machine. So there we go. Now to fit the belt. The belt goes behind that part, and it's a bit self-explanatory because you just need to line the screws up, feeding the belt through where it needs to go. Like so. So the belt comes out, goes around that part. There we go, and back in again. And then twist it up. Pop your screws in. There we go. One rebelted clutch. You can check the operation by spinning the motor to clutch belt, and you won't see it very well, but the clutch to brush bar belt will spin. Close the clutch and you can spin that, and that one doesn't spin. When you refit it to the machine, a little tip I always do is don't fit the clutch knob onto the end, because I have had them in the past where that little circlip isn't on properly and it pops off and jams the clutch, and you have to strip the whole machine down again to fix it, which is a pain in itself, but getting the clutch cover off is a bigger pain. So I never fit it until I've tested the machine, make sure it works, then I pop it on. So tomorrow that will go into there. I'm not doing it tonight. It is 10:30. I've been out on the car for 2 solid days fixing the cam belt, retiming the engine and putting it all back together again. But it's been nice to do a little video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm hoping there'll be some more actual vacuum cleaner content coming up soon. I do have it, don't worry. It's not that I've not been doing the machines. I haven't been doing the machines. They're not going anywhere. They will be there. I've still got the Turbo Master. Still got the Turbo Power 2. Might be picking up a little special something later on in the week if my car decides to live long enough. It should do. It should be fixed by now. Mr. Rusty Skull helped me quite a lot. Thank you for that, Rusty. Much appreciated. So, I'm going to have a rollie and go to bed. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.